Alright, we're live. Okay. Wow, I forgot the name of the stream. Wow, I forgot to name it. I'll name it right now. Hold on. Let me put on some music. Some music. Okay. Hey, what's up, guys? Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up? Yes, I am Rendy. 6 sticks. I've never 1v1 him before, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose. Because he has way more experience on me with the PC. So I'm pretty sure I would lose. But I would definitely welcome 1v1 him. 1v1ing him, so that'd be nice. But the problem is he's on a, I think he's from Europe, so we're like on a different time period. Like when it's nighttime for him, it's daytime for me, so we're gonna have to figure that out. But I'm down to do it. Oh yeah, by the way, tell me if you guys can hear me clearly and tell me if the volume is good. Alright, good. Okay. Alright, cool. Alright. Let's do this. So I'm gonna turn off the music so that we can get into it. Okay, here we go. Let me switch screens. There we go. Alright, I need to get my phone out so I can read the comments. I don't have my computer hooked up to another monitor right now. So I'm gonna read the comments on my phone. Hold on. Alright. Here we go. So this is gonna be part 2 of the editing guide, and for this one I'm gonna show you guys how to basically do some really good slow motion, like some smooth slow motion, like I do in my montages. And the way we do it is we use this effect called Twixtor. All right, it's an effect called Twixtor. If you look it up on YouTube, immediately you'll see a bunch of guides on how to use it. And if I remember correctly, you can get Twixtor on Sony Vegas. You can get it on After Effects. I'm pretty sure you can get it on Adobe Premiere Pro. But the most common ones are Sony Vegas and After Effects. And for this one, it's going to be After Effects. So, now, if you guys remember before, this is what we did in the last video. We edited this whole thing right here. I'm going to play it. Let me preview it real quick. Let me RAM preview. Let's wait for it to load up. Alright. Okay. Turn on the music. Now let's play it. I hope it's not too loud. I think it's too loud. I don't want to scare you guys. Let's make it -2 volume. Okay. So that's what we did in the last video. Now I'm gonna decide which section would require slow motion. And I think I can do a slow motion right here. Right here. Right here. Okay, so before I start, number one thing, when you're using the Twixtor effect, you want to select an area in the video where there's not a lot of background movement. Like for example, you see how I'm turning the camera from right to left? You see how there's like, actually let me turn off RSMB real quick. Let me put this here. Wait, nope. I did not want to do that. Hold on. Yeah, right there. Okay. Let me turn that off. There you go. Okay. Well, gotta get all these green bars. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah. Like the camera moving from right to left. You see how there's like that movement? You don't want to slow motion that area. Whenever there's like camera movement in the background, you do not want to select that area to slow-mo. What you want to look for is an area in the video where there's minimal movement. Minimal camera shaking and minimal camera movement. Like for example, right here. Like this area, like you see here, you don't want to start here. This is the video. Like, let's go frame by frame. 1, 2, 3. You can actually slow motion here. And the reason why I'm saying this is because there is some, when you use the effect called Twixtor, there's something called ghosting. Like there's like a lot of like ghosting. That's what we call it. But when I'll show you guys in a second, but there's something called ghosting to where it's just so much blurriness in the background, it kind of makes it not look smooth. So you kind of want to select an area where it's like minimal movement. Like for example, right here, the only thing that's moving is the hand pulling the clip. Basically that's an area where you can do a really good slow motion. Like I can start the slow motion from here, and then as soon as the bullet comes out, I stop the slow motion. And usually when you want to do a slow motion, you don't want it to be a lot of frames. You don't want it to be that many frames. Unless it's like unless you have a video that's been recorded at like a high frame, like 300 FPS, 200 FPS. But if it's 60, you don't want it to be that many frames so that you can slow mo. So from here, you can start here. I'm gonna mark it. You can either drag that to mark, or you can just select nothing and then press the start key on your numpad and then put a marker up there. Alright, so I'm gonna start the slow motion here, and I'm gonna go up forward 3 frames. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna mark it again, and that's the duration of the slow motion. Okay, 3 frames. So the way it's gonna be slow mode is I'm gonna take this frame right here, and I'm gonna drag it to make the whole slow motion last at least 1 second. Like you see, it says 3606. 1 second will be 3706. Oh, whoops, sorry. 3706. That will be 1 whole second. And usually my slow motion lasts 1 second or 2 seconds. It depends on how it flows with the music. So what I would want to do is when I'm on the video, I hit this, or you can click on the U key, click U, and you bring up the frames or the keyframes. So I'm gonna keyframe here. I'm gonna keyframe here. So I know that this is the frame that where it starts. This is the frame where it ends. Okay. So now I'm gonna cut it. This is one way to use Twixtor, but I have a better way to do it. I'll show you guys after I show you guys the basic way. Okay. So cut that too. Control Shift D. That's how you cut. And I'll bring up the frames again. Right here. These are the frames. Okay. Now I'm ready to start the slow motion. So what you want to do is, for the basic way, you search Twixtor, and then you add it. You either drag it, or you double click. Actually, you have to click on it, then double click. My sound is so different from my first Kraber montage. Well, this is, I'm not really like paying attention to the sound. I'm just showing you guys the basics. But if I was to actually make, let's just say for example, I was to actually make a montage with this, I would do a lot of tweaking to get the sound to sound as good as possible. Hey, Fresh, how you doing, man? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Alright, so I add Twixtor. Now, these are usually the basic settings for Twixtor. Pay attention here very closely. Hold on, I need to be able to see. There you go. Why are these up here? I don't need them. There you go. Okay. So frame rate is playing at 30, because that's what the thing is at. So usually for Twixtor, I use 59.995 for frame rate, right? But that doesn't matter here. Let's undo. What we're gonna have to worry about is the speed percentage when it comes to Twixtor. But for the regular settings, you want to go to motion vectors, make sure that it's at best, image prep, make sure that it's at contrast / hedge and enhance. Motion sensitivity, you want that to be 100. That stays here, speed, and you want motion weighted blend. And then you have to check smart blend. I don't know why you have to put these settings, but that's what I was taught when I learned about Twixtor. So just do the same thing here. All right. How do I remember all this? It's just watching a lot of YouTube videos that explains it all. And practice, man. Practice. That's all it is. Once you do something over and over and over and over, you'll remember what you're doing. That's how I remember all this, because I've been doing this for so long and for so many times. You'd have a brain seizure. I mean, in the beginning, it was very confusing for me too, but I just had to be patient with watching and learning. That's all it is. Okay. So, first thing first. So when it comes to using Twixtor the regular way, we have to worry about the speed percentage. This is what the speed percentage basically means. 100% speed means that the video is running at regular speed. Alright? Hold on. The video is running at regular speed. Let me show you guys. Well, this is too fast. That's why it looks crazy. It's too fast. Hold on. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, 100% means regular speed. Okay? Now, what you want to do is when you want to start a slow motion, you want to keyframe the speed at 100. You want to keyframe that. And once you hit that button, you press U on it. Press U again, and it's going to bring up the keyframe that you put here. It's right here. Speed 100%. Okay? Now, whenever you want to start your slow motion, you want to go forward 1 frame, which in my case, I'm going to bring back the 100 here because I want the slow motion to start here. And I'm going to keyframe. And then, now I have to test which percentage speed will give me the good slow motion. Usually, I start with 25%. 25% slow motion. Now, when you look at this, and, oh wait, hold on. I forgot to explain something. So once you're at 25%, because it's moving in slow motion, you want to drag this. You want to drag this all the way. All the way. Now I gotta go find where it says 3607. 3707, I mean. Which is right here. Yes, I do have a Discord. It's in the description of my videos. The link to the Discord is there. If you go check my recent video and you check the description of the video, there's the Discord link is there. Alright. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to focus. Okay. So, yeah, 25%. Let me get rid of this. Alright. This is what it looks like, 25%. This is the slow motion. Now, notice what I meant by the ghosting thing, right? Actually, I messed up. Hold on. You know what? Yeah, it's supposed to be here. 100 is supposed to be here, then 25 is supposed to be here. Okay. Now, this is what the slow motion looks like. Slow-mo. Now, you see here, there's like these little There's little things right here. This is what I meant by the ghosting thing. That's why you want to pick a part in the video where there's not a lot of motion, because if there's a lot of movement, it's gonna start ghosting. It's gonna start like creating like some ghost, some duplicates. That's why they call it ghosting, because there's like some parts where the whatever's moving is leaving like a ghost trail. All right, that's what it meant. That's what we mean by ghosting. You see how it's leaving this ghost trail? Like the hand is already here, but it's leaving like a ghost trail right there. That's what we mean. So that's why you don't want everything in the background to be moving, because he's gonna do the same thing with the movement in the background. Okay, so this is 25% speed. So if I remember correctly, I wanted the slow motion to stop where the bullet came out. So I'll reply to comments later. So we're not there yet. We need to fully see the bullet. So we go back, and now we try to test 20%. 20% speed. We just keep looking to see if we see the bullet. Alright. We don't. So what that means is I'm gonna have to prolong it and make it 1.5 seconds. So it was, wait, actually I didn't even prolong it. Oh, wait, hold on, what am I doing? Yeah, 37.07. I forgot to drag it. There we go. Okay. Alright. So we want the whole slow motion to last. We want to see the bullet here all the way over here. Because remember, we want the slow motion to last a whole second. So 36.07 to 37.07. That's 1 second. And we want this to last 1 whole second. Right. So we're going to have to lower the speed again. Let's try 10%. 10% speed. Slow motion, slow motion, slow motion. And the bullet's right there. There we go. Alright. Now when we play it, you get that slow motion. There you go. Now let me show you guys what it would look like if I did not use Twixtor. Okay, let me turn off Twixtor real quick. So remember, this is where this frame means this is where it starts, and this frame means this is where it ends. So I'm gonna drag this frame all the way here, and this is what it's gonna look like without using Twixtor. It's gonna look bad. Let me RAM preview it real quick. It's gonna look like this. See, this is why we use Twixtor, because we want a smooth slow motion. This is what it would look like if I didn't use Twixtor, which would make the video look really choppy. So let's undo, and there we go. This is what it looks like with Twixtor. The slow motion looks more smooth than the other one. Okay. Alright. You know what I can do? Because I don't want that much ghosting, I don't like the way it looks, I could tweak this. Instead of starting here, I can make it start when the hand is right here. Okay? So let's go back to 100 speed. We're gonna unkeyframe it. I'm gonna keyframe it again. And now when the hand is right here, we start there. Now let's go down in speed. Let's go 7% speed. The lower the percentage, the better, the smoother it looks. Alright. It's still not starting where I want it to start. Hold on. Okay, I gotta figure this out. Oh, I know why. I know why. I need to... Let's go back. Let's go back. It needs to start here now. Yeah, so now I brought... The cut actually starts here instead of the other one. Okay? Now I remember. Okay, so we go. We keyframe speed. Go forward 1 frame. 7. Now it looks so much better. Without a lot of ghosting. You don't really see a lot of ghosting anymore. Alright. Not that much ghosting. But I do want to see the bullet clearly, more clearly, so I'm going to go back to 10. Okay, 10 is too much. Let's go 8. Nope, 8's too much, so 7 was right. Sometimes I go 7.5. Yeah, 7's the right number. It's all trial and error. Most of the time, it's all trial and error. I can go 7.2. See, 7.2 is the right one. Right there. Boom. Now let's play it with the song, and let's see what it kind of looks like with the music. And wrong. This is not the song. This is the song. Alright. There we go. So this is an example on how you do slow motion. This is the basic way. This is the one that most people usually use. But I have a more advanced, and this is actually easier than this way. It's easier for me, and it's gonna be easy for you. And there's a reason why I said it's easier, is because the way that I do it, you don't have to worry about the speed percentage anymore. You don't have to worry about that. So let's just go back. We're gonna remove Twixtor. We're gonna remove it. Actually, let me just undo everything. Let's go back, undo. It's gonna go back to when we were in the beginning. There we go. All right. So, if we remember correctly, I decided to use it here. Okay? But for now, we're not going to need the keyframes. Let's just remove them for now. So, we know that we start the slow motion here. What you're going to do is, you're going to cut it like before. Control-Shift-D. You don't have to worry about this anymore. We'll just worry about this part. Okay? So this is what you're going to do. You got to make sure that there's a time remap on the video. Remember, the way you do time remapping is you right-click time, enable time remapping. Go watch my previous guide, because that's where I explain everything about time remapping. So you got to make sure there's a time remap on the video. Then you right-click, and then you click on pre-compose. All right, and once you do that, you make sure you click on this, move all attributes, and then you can name it to whatever you want. I'm gonna call it Soma. Right? Okay. Now, when you see that it turns into this color, imagine you basically made a folder. Right? Like, let's just say, for example, when you're on your desktop, and you have a word, like a Word document, an essay that you wrote, right? And it's on your, and it's on the desktop, on the background, the desktop. Hold on. Desktop right here. Right? It's on the desktop. Let me remove these things. They're in the way. They're on the desktop. You make a Word document. Let's just say I make a new Word notepad. Alright, whatever. Save it on the desktop. This is an example. I call it whatever. And it's here, right? Make a new folder, call it whatever. Now put the document in here, right? This is basically what we're doing here. We're basically doing that here. We're creating a folder and we're putting the original video file that was there, and we're gonna add it in here. So when you double click this, it just sends you to the video that you put in the folder. Okay? You create a folder. That's what it means to pre-compose. You create a folder. You group it, how you group in a Photoshop, how you group things and stuff like that in other programs. So I hope that is as clear as possible for people. All right, here we go. So once you do the pre-compose, you want to make sure you do another time remapping. Enable time remapping again, because when you do that, you're gonna do the keyframing for your slow motion. Now, if you guys remember before, when I tried to show you guys the slow motion without Twixtor. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. You guys remember when I said that we're gonna start from 3607 to 3707? Remember before I dragged this, and this is where the slow motion starts. This keyframe is where it ends, right? And when we play it, it looks like this. Hold on, let me mute the music again. All right. When you play it, it looks like this. Sloppy. Very sloppy. So, watch what happens. We're gonna go inside the folder, the pre-compose file, and this is the original video. And now, I'm gonna drag Twixtor on this. Okay. I'm gonna put all the settings that I put from before. Remember all those settings? I just put Twixtor on the original video, and I go back to the pre-compose file, the pre-compose layer. Now watch what happens. Hey, would you look at that? It's slow motion. Now wasn't this more simple than me figuring out what type of speed that I needed with Twixtor? I had to keep inputting speeds to keep testing to see which one was working. Here, all I have to worry about is the frames. I just have to mark the frames on the pre-compose file, and then I drag where I want the slow motion to end to make sure it lasts 1 second. And there you go. This is a simpler way to use Twixtor, and not the regular way that everybody basically uses. So what I do is I cut the part of the video where I want the slow-mo. I make sure I have time remapping on it. Time remapping is checked. And then I either add Twixtor before I do the pre-compose, or I add Twixtor after I do the pre-compose. It all depends to you. Let's undo real quick. I'm gonna undo. undo. Okay. So this is what we had before. Right there. I can choose to add Twixtor now. With all the settings from before. There you go. And then pre-compose. Name it. And you gotta make sure you have move all the attributes into the new composition. Make sure you have that. Now it's in that new folder, that new pre-composed folder, or whatever you want to call it. And then I do another time remapping. Boom. And then I try to find where I want the slow motion to stop, which is right here. And then I know my slow motion starts from 3607. I want it to last 1 second. So I go to 3707. And I drag the frame where it wants to stop. Where I want it to stop, right here. This is the last frame where I want the slow motion to stop. And then it looks smooth. With Twixtor applied inside the video. Now watch what happens if I remove it. It looks sloppy. I enable it. It looks smoother. There you go. And that's basically how you use Twixtor. Now let me read the comments. The chat real quick. Hold on. Hey, what's up, Goblin? How you doing, man? Did you guys hear about Fortnite is actually copying? Oh yeah, I saw those things. They copied some of the characters. I remember they copied the robot. They copied who else did they copy? I think they copied the black character from Apex also. I saw those things. That's actually pretty funny. Fortnite is trying everything that they can to get the Apex players back on Fortnite. I mean, I may not be a big fan of battle royale games, but it's always good to have competition. Like Fortnite was basically the #1 battle royale game for like a whole year and a half per se, and then Apex just comes out and it's competition. Competition is always good because that just means that your competition is gonna try to beat you, and as gamers, that's good for us because that means that the developers, they're basically gonna try their hardest to please us, the players, so that we keep playing their game and not move on to the other one, to their competition. That's always a good thing. It always benefits the players and the gamers. So that's what competition is good. If let's just say if Fortnite just kept being the #1 battle royale game, look what happened. Look what happened with Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite, but I follow some people that do on Twitter. Like I think from all those players, most of them started complaining after season 2. After season 2 of Fortnite, all the way to now, Epic has been adding some stuff that not a lot of the players were liking, like the planes, the sword, a lot of new things that Epic kept adding that ended up making the game not fun anymore. This is not from me. This is basically from people from the Fortnite fans, from the Fortnite community. A lot of people were not really happy with how where Fortnite was going. And then Apex comes out. Now Fortnite is trying to please everybody by removing the things that the players have been wanting to be removed. So this is what happens when there's competition. It always benefits us, the players. Okay, now smooth slow motion. We covered that part out. So how long have I been live? Let me see. 40 minutes. I don't want the video to be too long. Just because I want people, the people that are gonna watch this video to not want to watch it because it's too long. So in the next 5 or 10 minutes, I'm gonna end the live stream. Okay, guys? Because I don't want this to be too long. Are there any good video editors like Adobe After Effects but for free? No. No. I'd have to say no. From what I know, no, there isn't. I mean, there are basic video edit software that are like that have basic stuff. Like Windows Movie Maker, that's what most people use. But if you want to have the if you want to edit the way that most people edit, you're not gonna find it on a free software, because a lot of the effects, a lot of the things you can do in After Effects and Sony Vegas, it costs money. All those things cost money to be able to do, because a lot of the programmers put a lot of work in what you're able to do with the software. But from what I know, I don't think there is, but you can always try Google. Try to see. What I would do is I would just go on Google and search After Effects alternative software that is free. Type that up in Google and see if any software comes up. That's what I would do. But I'll tell you this. There are ways to get After Effects for free. Just look for it online. I'm not going to tell you how, but look for it online. Because YouTube is the number one source. YouTube and Google are like the number one source to find stuff. That's the only thing I can say. Just look up Google and YouTube. There are ways to get this stuff. Okay, there you go. Bot Cherry says you can use Resolve. I've never heard of that. I've actually never heard of that. So there you go. You can use Resolve. I'm actually gonna look that up after the stream is over to see if it's on the same level. I mean, it doesn't have to be on the same level. If it's like close to After Effects. So yeah, this is how you do smooth slow motion. All right, and that's pretty much gonna be the end of the video guide for this one specifically. The next video guide that I do will be on how I edit the cinematics. So what I have to do is I'm gonna have to have somebody volunteer to help me record cinematics, and then I'm going to add them to this to make these 3 clips look really, really good, as if it wasn't a montage. And I already know where I'm gonna add some of them. I think I'm gonna add one here. Probably gonna do a death, like somebody dying, like this guy, this pilot. Probably gonna do one where he's basically, you see how I shoot him here, and then he's just falling down to his death on top of the roof. Probably gonna do one where he's falling down after getting shot. And yeah, I think that's all I need. That's all I need actually for these 2 clips. So yeah, one's gonna be here. I'm gonna do one where I record the enemy pilot over here as he's looking up the steps, and then the other one's gonna be the pilot falling down right there. Kurt Chipmunk. Nah, I don't use sticks anymore. Did you see my my video on how to record cinematics? This is for the thing with the cinematics thing that I do is for PC only, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I really wish that Respawn came out with a spectator mode. They do have a spectator mode, they actually do, but it's not advanced. I wish they had the theater mode or a spectator mode to where you can fly around the map by spectating somebody. Because most games like Call of Duty, Fortnite, PUBG, they all have a theater mode. But most of those games also have a spectator mode to where you can spectate somebody in a private match and then you can fly around the map freely. If they at least had that, that would have been useful for cinematics. But the best one, oh yeah, also Battlefield 5 has cinematic too, also in the game. But the best way to record cinematics would be to have a theater mode, to where if after you play a match, you can save it. You can save the match so that you can replay it and rewatch it. I wish Titanfall 2 had that too in the game, because that would be good for the console players. Because the only way to get good cinematics on Titanfall 2 is through the PC version only, and it's not even in the PC version. You actually have to get a mod to do it. Thank God somebody actually took the time out of their life to even make the mod. So yeah, the only way to do it on console is to use the ticks. The tick method. You have to click on the tick button and you have to make sure you hold it down. That's actually another frustrating part about that one. I remember when I tried to do it, I had to tape down the button that I use on the controller to hold down the tick. And then on console there's all you can't also there's no other way to remove the HUD on console. That's another thing. Like for example, right here, right? If I use the tick, I would remove the cursor, and the only reason we use the ticks is to remove the cursor for the weapon. Ooh, that's good for you, Kerchip. There you go. How you doing? Is this your first PC? It is actually. You got your first PC over a week ago. But how are you doing with a mouse and keyboard? How you doing with that? Yeah, crosshair. Yeah. You can say cursor or crosshair. I think. Yeah, crosshair. Yeah. So yeah, the tick is to use it so you don't have the crosshair in the middle anymore, and then you want to make sure none of these things are showing up, like amp weapons, the text, and you move the camera by using the right stick to look around to basically how you want your cinematic to look. And then the other trick is when you go to edit it, you zoom in as much as possible so that you can get rid of these. You can get rid of the mini map and that. So you're gonna have to zoom in all the way. Like, hold on. Let's say for example here. Let me see me zoom. You have to zoom all the way until you don't see the things anymore. That's how far you have to zoom. You have to zoom like 60%. So that you can get rid of every part of the HUD. Like the text, like the kill feed, and all those things. That's how I did it for Rampage 1 when I recorded the cinematics for that. Yeah, it will take some time to get used to mouse and keyboard. It didn't take me that long because I had past mouse and keyboard experience. So it didn't really take me that long. Okay, we've reached the 15-minute mark on the stream. So this is gonna be it for the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this little stream. This stream was to basically show everyone how to use Twixtor to slow-mo on After Effects. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's play music again. There you go. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this short live stream. And I'm going to be working on a little intro edit for my next video. I plan on releasing that video tomorrow. It's not gonna be Timefall. It's gonna be another game. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, thanks for checking out the stream, guys. For those of you that showed up, I'm gonna give you guys a shout out right now. Shout out to Kurt Chipmunk 712. Shout out to Great Jet Donkey. Shout out to Bot Cherry. Who else? Shout out to Cody Miller. Shout out to Fresh Fox. Shout out to Brooks Braz. Okay, shout out to both Flash 10. Apparently he typed something in the chat, but it was retracted. And also shout out to HVT Elite and Dank Doodle Boy. Dank Doodle Boy. And shout out to you guys. Thanks for checking out the live stream. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.